Hi, it's Izzy Dixon here again from Well Organized Marketing, and in today's blogging tip I would like to talk to you about perfection. Now, perfection can be one of the greatest stops to your writing. It can really hinder your writing in many ways. I'm going to sort of put it out there, your blog post does not have to be perfect. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that you don't have to spend hours and hours and hours making sure that you cover every little bit of research that you've done, that you look at every argument from all sides that you're covering in your article. It's just not necessary. It will just simply take you way too long, and it'll bog you down, and you will just stop enjoying the process at all. What you need to do is produce a good piece of writing that discusses one or two aspects, or maybe even gives 10 tips, whatever your subject is, whatever the topic you've chosen. But you don't have to write a novel every time you create a blog post. What happens if you do that is you'll probably stop blogging because it just takes up way too much time. I've spoken to people who said, oh, it takes them 2 days to create a blog post. It's just not necessary. A couple of hours maximum if it's a subject that you're really familiar with. If I write for clients, of course it takes me longer because I need to do the research, because it's not my expert subject matter. So yeah, just narrow it down a little bit, cut down all the extraneous stuff. It's not necessary to go into that much detail with every blog post. It also gives you more material for more blog posts, because you can, whatever you didn't cover in this post, you can cover in the next one. Link the two together. You get internal links, which are really good for your search engine optimization as well. The one thing you do need to be finicky about, where your perfectionism is allowed to kick in, is your spelling and grammar. That needs to be perfect, well, as good as it can be. We'll go with that. But yeah, that's about it. If you want to know my process of blogging, of sort of how do I go about nipping that sort of perfectionism in the bud, I know what I'm talking about. I'm a perfectionist at heart, so it's not easy for me to do that. But yeah, I had to train myself to do this, otherwise I couldn't do what I do. I couldn't get blog posts out regularly and write blog posts for clients as well. I would never get anything done. So yeah, that's what this tip is all about. So if you want to know my process, how I go about it, please visit the blog post. It will give you step by step how I go through the writing and the editing process to make sure things are as good as they can be, but not perfect. Okay, so that was this week's tip. I hope you have a great week until I see you next week. If you liked this week's tip, please hit like. You can subscribe to my newsletter. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel so you get the weekly tips every week, so you don't miss any of them. And yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you again next time. Take care now. Bye bye.